In this episode, we are going to unbox some of the materials we bought for the candle production. We're going to test some of the fragrances and talk about our website, the development of that. And by the end, we're going to dive into the label design and how we came up with the names for the labels.
Angel on the track.
We received another shipment of materials and we were quite excited to see what's in here this time. Shall we open it?
Yeah.
We ordered some more materials so we can begin the candle production. Some clips for the wooden wicks, 4 different fragrances, 2 Christmas scents and 2 that we can use all year. A palette knife for the wax and some protective sleeves to keep the glass jars safe during shipping. We decided we're going to launch 4 different candles when we start, and 2 of them are going to be the Christmas, and then we have 2 different ones. This one, try to smell this one, Mia, see if you like this one.
First Nova now.
First Nova.
This is not a Christmas one.
It's not a Christmas one.
Do you like it?
They do smell a little bit different when they are in the candles. We experienced that.
Yeah, because it smells nice.
I think it's going to be a good one.
Hey, how about me?
Yeah, you forgot.
Ah, you want to try as well? I didn't thought you want.
It smells like a kind of like a soap.
Yeah, I think it's with cashmere. So I think we're going to use this for our kind of a knitting theme, which will be like the cozy winter nights, knitting a sweater or something like that. And this is the final one. This I'm quite excited about. I think this is a good one. You're first this time.
I like it.
It smells just like you did the laundry, like fresh and nice.
Yeah, smells like laundry detergent. That's some very expensive laundry detergent.
Yeah.
It
Smells-
smells like a soap for washing clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, clean sheets. It's going to fill your house with this amazing freshness and smells like you just cleaned the whole house. It'll be amazing. That's great. That'll be exciting to
I
try.
can't remember how they all smell.
No, you'll have
I'll
to
make
go.
some candles.
We'll make some candles. And we actually saw when we did the first candles that we started to do the testing with those that we didn't like too well out of the bottle. So those we disliked the most, we started putting into candles. And some of them turned out to be really, really nice and smelled differently.
Yeah.
And one of them we actually found was a really, really pleasant smell. And so, I mean, we started with those that were the worst from first impressions, and they still turned out to be pretty good. So. All right, so we have a bunch of different fragrances here, and we're going to make a little game. And you guys are going to try to test and smell all of them, and then you have to rate it from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. And then we'll see in the end which one is the winner. Go.
Okay. So first we're gonna start with this one, Pina Colada. What do you rate that out of a 10?
I think I'd give it a 6.
Okay, 6.
I think I'd give it a 5.
I will give it an 8.
An 8?
I'm just not the biggest fan of pina colada in general, so
No, neither am I.
2 8.
Okay, dark honey and tobacco. What do you give that, Mia?
A 5.
A 5?
I think I'd give it an 8. It's pretty good.
I'll give it a 4. Okay, now
It
this
isn't
one.
so good, is it?
Frankincense and myrrh.
Myrrh.
Myrrh. I didn't like it that much. I think I'm gonna give it a 3. What are you gonna give it out of a 10?
I'll give it a 2.
A 2? What about
I'd
you?
say 7. I liked it.
A 7?
Mhm.
Okay, next one. Cuban tobacco and oak. I don't really like it. I think I'm gonna give this one a 1.
Nova gives it a 1. What are you rating it at, Mia?
A 2.
A 2?
And Bianca?
4.
4.
Okay, next we have blueberry and vanilla.
That's your favorite.
That sounds good. 9.
Smell.
Bianca rates it a 9.
9.5.
9.5. I don't think halves are allowed.
Well, I don't know, 9 or 10.
Decide.
I'll take a 10 then.
Okay. And Mia, what's your rating on the blueberry and vanilla?
I'll give it a 3.
A 3?
Wasn't your favorite? Okay.
Okay, next we have coffee mocha. I'll rate it an 8. It really smells like caramel.
I'll give it a 9.
What about you?
I will give it an 8.
An 8.
Did you get an 8?
No, I gave it an Oreos.
Yeah, same.
Snow Queen.
That's your favorite.
It smells like bubblegum.
Yes,
I'd
it
say
does.
7.
Wait,
I give it an 8.
is it
No, 9. 9.
Is it an 8? Nova?
You choose.
Is it bubblegum?
Yeah, it smells like bubblegum.
But it isn't.
So what do you give it, Mia?
I said 7.
Okay.
7.
7?
7 for Mia.
Okay.
3 left.
Next one, we have Starry Night. I give it a 5. What do you give it, Mia?
I give it a 10.
A
You
10?
like that?
Yes.
I'll give it a 9.
It smells like perfume.
Okay, next one, Spiced Orange.
10 because it reminds me of Christmas.
Try to keep a little bit of distance to your nose so it doesn't get too intense.
I'll
Try
give
again,
it.
Mia. Not too close, okay?
I'll
I'll
Does it
give it
smell
an
like orange?
8.
I will give it a 1.
You don't like the orange?
Okay. Oh,
It smells like
Wait. So Nova give it an
8.
8. And Bianca?
10 because it reminds you of Christmas.
Okay, last one is lemongrass and ginger. I'll give it a 5 as well.
I'll give it a 5.
What about you, Bianca?
7.
7.
7. Okay. Roll through, and then I'll add these up and we'll come back in a second.
The top rated ones are, for third place it's Snow Queen, second place is Starry Night, and the top rated one is Coffee Mocha.
And the last rated one is Cuban tobacco, and the second last rated is frankincense.
Yeah. Okay. So, just as a little bonus, I want you to smell this one and then tell me to rate this that I already made into a candle and see how you like it. Don't go too close, it's very strong. So, what do you rate it?
I give it 7.
7?
I'll give it a 6.
I'll say 7 too.
That's quite interesting because this one was rated the last worst of all. And you gave it 7, 3 and 2 before, so the rating increased a lot because it was made into a candle, which makes sense because then it's diluted, so it's not as strong anymore.
I said 7 for the other one too.
You said the same, yeah. Thanks guys, it was cool and fun.
Was it cool, Mia? Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Nice. Bye.
For us it's quite important that to sell products in 2024, that we do it online so we can reach the broadest possible audience. and not just go to unique markets here and there.
It's hard to only be at markets.
Especially in a niche. Well, I guess most products are niche, but with candles, especially during summertime, maybe some people really like to have scented candles all year long, but they might be harder to find if we will restrict it to a radius around 50 kilometers from our home. So online presence for us is really important. That's why we decided to create a website. And this website we created, don't want to go too much into details, but we choose to build it on WordPress with WooCommerce. So we are in charge of everything, and we can make sure that every change we want or any options we want, we can create them ourselves.
Yeah. So you pretty did the much of the work with the web page, because that's not my
Right, I created the website.
You asked me some questions for how do I like this, how do I like that, which is good, so that we're on the same page of how we want the webpage to look like. But pretty much setting it up, it's you doing all the details of how you want it.
Of course, there's a lot of technical work that goes into the ordering process and accepting payments, having different variations of each product. Like you have a green candle, or you have a amber colored.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to choose between the differences.
Yeah.
Uploading videos to the website as well.
Yeah.
So.
And there's other ways to sell online as well. Like there's Etsy, there's other web pages, Shopify, there's Amazon. There's multiple ways of selling online. And we will dip into maybe all of them, but it's very good for us to also have our own web page.
Our own web page gives us the lowest possible fees of all options out there. It's way more expensive to sell on Amazon, but on the other hand, then you get a lot more eyeballs because they do all the marketing. They do much of that for you.
Etsy is good too for some handcrafted items.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Amazon has a relatively new section as well called Handmade, which is similar to Etsy. Cool. Where you can get your products listed as handmade, like we would with these candles. I think the fees are lower for that as well.
Good to know.
Yeah. Four different types of labels. This is the first one, our Christmas. We call it Dear to Dream, with a little bit of a word twist. We decided to bring some humor into the labels, so we're trying to do some funny titles and a little bit of a word plate to hopefully have people smile a little bit when they read it. Here we have the second one. We call it Piece of Sheet. That's the one that will going to have the fragrance that smells like the fresh linen. And here's another Christmas label. It's called Slay My Name. And then the final one. This is not the final one. This is... Okay, so these are the ones for the bottom. Contains all the information that's required. Everything from what they contain, the fragrances, and some information that's required to be on here with the safety symbols and all that. And there's a separate one from each candle because they have separate fragrances. So I think we missed one of the labels here.
Is it underneath?
No, I think maybe we skipped the first one. Here it is. It's the one for all the knitters. It's called Knit Happens. So yeah, that looks really, really nice. I'm very happy with the first impression. Hopefully they will look nice as well when we have them on the jar. Let's try to fit one on and see what it looks like. We are going to talk a little bit about our label design. In the process of finding the label design, we stumbled upon another label while we were searching that said Nirvana smelled like green spirit, and we thought it would be funny to implement something with a touch of humor as well, because I like humor. And I see a lot of the high-end candles, they are very simplistic and has minimalistic design, which I also like. But I wanted to bring something more humoristic into it, so you don't just buy a candle, that's just the candle and it's nice fragrance, but you also get kind of a story and a feeling, something to think about.
So that's kind of our niche.
That's, yeah, exactly. So for these particular candles, we came up with titles like Dare to Dream instead of Dare to Dream. And we had other ones like Piece of Sheet. No further explanation needed. Knit Happens and Slay My Name. So two of these candles here are the Christmas edition, the red and the black for Slay My Name, and the green and the amber for Dare to Dream. The labels, for the very first label we made, that was for a candle we haven't released yet, will be out in the summer, and we'll call that for as Beach Please. And for that label we struggled a little bit to find the kind of picture we wanted. So in that process I've been working with ChatGPT to try to come up with some image generation, and anybody who's been working with that knows that really gets troublesome very quickly and it never gives you what you want. But in that process, after many tries, we finally directed it to give us something, because you mentioned you wanted like a pinup girl. Could be fun to have because...
Well, you showed me some pictures of
the beach.
Of the beach and a girl at the beach, and we kind of wanted like a beach please. You kind of want to catch that attitude in the girl, and how do you do that? And for me it's like the putting the sunglasses down looking, and then we kind of try to work out from that. And then I said, what about a pinup girl, because you were showing me some pictures of girls, but trying to find a girl that is relatable to our time is very hard. And it's, I think with a girl like that, with a pinup girl, it's easier because it's not someone we have to relate to.
And I wanted it to be something that it could be something that men wanted to look at and women would not hate to look at as well.
Exactly.
So it would fit both audiences, because some of the first pictures I found, I was like, no men will ever bring this in. This stuff is way too girly.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to exclude men from our audience.
And some girls would maybe not want to have that particular female shown on but a pinup girl is more classic and old-fashioned, which...
And from that idea we came into trying to bring that pinup girl element into all of our candles actually.
Yeah.
And not only the Beach Please one, because then in the next one we were like, I came up with another one we called Bury the Hatchet, where we want to have some kind of fruity smell. But having a picture of the hatchet buried in the ground didn't really suit the other label. It seems like a total disconnect. So we're thinking maybe we can bring this pinup girl into the current theme and make it something that goes through our whole collection.
Our candles, yeah.
So this is the result so far. It might not be the only collection we'll ever have. Maybe
we'll do something else.
Maybe we'll do another even more exclusive collection where it's only just some maybe some really nice vessels.
Yeah.
That doesn't require any label other than just a small tag.
That doesn't necessarily have the fun element. Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, so we are quite happy with the first batches here of these labels. We had them printed at Avery because we didn't want to rely on our own printer.
Yeah.
I've seen those inkjet printers fail me so many times, and so I wanted something that's professional and doesn't get damaged easily and look nice. And the good thing about these, they are made of craft paper.
Yeah, so it goes into the eco-friendly, which is important to me.
Exactly. And then the white highlights, I wouldn't even be able to print white on a brown label on my own printer as well. So this makes it a little bit more exclusive and looks nice in my opinion. So
So we wanted to explain a little bit about the label, about the text, because there's the headline, but there's also some underlining text. So Jay will tell us a little bit about that, how we came to that.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody appreciates the details and the humor element, but it has taken countless hours to actually come up with what we find to be good names, titles, taglines, and then the smells like section, like I call it in the bottom, that describes more of the story. For this particular one, Dare to Dream, for example, says Dare to Dream, leap like a reindeer into holiday magic. So I want to make sure that the tagline underneath the headline always relates to the headline.
Yeah.
And since it says Dare to Dream, I also want to make sure that there's a deer, for example, in the picture, so everything connects. And then I want to bring in some kind of story in the bottom here. So thinking about Christmas, we say this candle smells like big wishes, childlike wonder, because I think I want to put something in the story that everybody can relate to somehow, or they have experienced something similar. And in the bottom, I always have 3 sentences, and 2 of them are positive, and the other one is...
Not sentences, but...
well, between the commas.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. So the last one is always a little bit cheeky. Could have like a negative loaded element or something people have experienced that not necessarily is a good thing.
Yeah.
So I don't just want to have this story where everything's perfect. I want to have something a little bit more realistic brought into it. So
the fun element of it.
Yeah,
really.
It has this small twist here where it says, and plotting to regift your aunt's present. I think many people can relate to that element of receiving this present that they know every year they get this from maybe a family member.
They want to return it.
They just know before they even got it that they want to probably return it.
Yeah.
Something that's relatable.
So this candle smells like pine. So it's also very Christmassy. So maybe that reminds you actually of your childhood when you had that Christmas tree and you could smell the pine from the tree in the morning, or
It smells really like bringing the Christmas tree into your living room.
Yeah.
But it also has other soft elements into it.
Yeah.
It has notes of even raspberry and wood and other stuff. So it's really nice smelling candle.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're leaving out entirely what it smells like. When people order it from the web shop, for example, they would love to know what it actually smells like and not only those stories.
Like you can't tell Big Wishes, it doesn't have a smell, right?
No,
but
so we do put in the description of each product in the website. It has detailed description of what the candle actually smells like in the fragrances, so people can decide from that whether they would like this kind of scent into their home.
Yeah.
So that was one description. I don't think we have to go through all of them.
No.
But
we will show you them and you can read them, and you can always visit our webpage. And
I'd love to get some feedback on this, because the labels and these stories have been in my head for a long time, and I don't know if I'm the only one who appreciates them or if people actually get the humor in it and value that as part of the candles as well. So please come give us some feedback, some comments. That would be nice.
yes.
Angel on the